Okay, here we are on the Temple of Anubis, point A defense with Anna. So, the first thing that you're going to want to do, right as the timer for the countdown for the match starting, start running really fast. You want to get up there in high ground, and it's kind of a long run for Anna. She has no mobility, so we're going to run, let's see, I'll show you from point, just call it a beginner tutorial. You're running back, come back here, up the stairs, all the way back here. So this is going to be your kind of opening point with Anna. Try to heal without using your zoom if you can. Because when you zoom, you'll see kind of your contrail there, and you'll give your position away. But this is a good spot because you got your Mega right here. People don't pressure along the back as hard usually as they do usually coming up that way. I tend to find in my elo people are over that on that side more often. Anyway, so you're healing here, you got some good views. If your team pushes up too far, you're gonna have to drop, and you can kind of use these stairs and kind of heal through there, and it keeps you pretty well covered. You can duck up here, and get some heals and stay pretty covered. So that's kind of your general positioning guide. If they do have a widow up there, you gotta be careful. You can kind of pull back behind this, or even back here, and heal from way back. But onto nades. A nade you can get from here is a spawn nade. So right as they're coming out of spawn, you can get yourself some ult charge. There's this window here, and this thing here. If you just draw like a line in your mind between those two and bisect it right in the middle, you don't need to zoom or anything, you just right there. And if you toss at about 3 seconds, between I believe it's 2 and 3 seconds roughly, left on the countdown clock, that'll land right there, just as they're coming out of spawn. You'll whack a few of them usually. So yeah, right. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000, 4. So maybe, yeah. I usually throw it at 3 seconds. It takes a little while for people to filter out of that spawn. So that's my first nade. The second nade that I would know is when you're up here, and if you want to hit back on that health, you just kind of aim at this upper window. You toss at that upper window, and you'll hit that room. You'll deny enemy healing, and you will heal up your team better and give them heal boosts. So that's a good spot. Otherwise, that's about it. I mean, you can kind of aim all over here, but those are the two that I would kind of use pretty frequently. The next thing is, if you do get picked, you die early and your team's still on point, you're trying to retake point, whatever, if you're trying to fight for it. If you come out of spawn here, and then you get in this corner, right there, you pull into that corner, and then you see these hieroglyphs here, right in front of you. You kind of bisect right between those and aim just above the edge here, just a little bit. If you're too close, you're gonna splash off yourself. But if you're too far, you're gonna aim wrong. But if you aim right in between those two and toss, that's gonna hit the high ground, where like a widow might be trying to snipe or something, trying to pick people running back from spawn. So I'll show you again. Let's see here. So you just aim right there. Boop. We'll get up there fast. Yeah. So that'll pressure high ground. For low ground, so the enemy team or your team is on point. They're looking hurt. They need heals. They're trying to get back on point. What you can do is go right to the bottom of this statue You're pretty safe here. No one's gonna snipe you. No one, like, you're very safe. And you put the Q from at the bottom of your ult meter, right on the bottom of this like solar panel, and you just like stick it right there, and that should land directly in the middle of the point, or maybe yeah, right there. So. Yeah, that's kind of a nice nade if you happen to be running back and trying to retake point. So, and that about does it for defense of point A, Anubis.